Hey there, guys. Well, since my last vlog, I had another scare, which was yesterday, and I had to go to the hospital again. It was for an appointment, and I had to get a cystoscopy done. And what that is, if you aren't familiar with it, it's where they have the camera going up your penis. Because I had a um, because of the blood urine coming out of me just about 2 weeks ago, and I this is what I needed to get done because he wanted to see if anything was there. So there wasn't anything there. So he wanted to check my backside, for the prostate, and it is enlarged, and which he says that's kind of like normal for people who gets older. And so then he sat me down and he was looking at my records and all that kind of stuff. So he gave me a scare. He says, "You know what? Your diabetes is out of control," and that kind of like really scared me. So when I got home, I didn't even take the bus home. I just took the cab home, and that was about a 20-minute cab ride, and maybe a little bit more. And I thought that taking the cab is better than rather than taking the bus, which will take about an hour. And I don't think that my urine would be able to hold that long until I get to until I get home. So that's why I took the cab home. And we had a good conversation with the driver, and he was telling me about he's not a diabetic, and he's like obese. He's even bigger than me, probably like 3 times bigger. And he says, I don't have diabetes. He says, and I was says, yeah, well, I wake up, every hour or something, and I go pee in the middle of the night, and he says, you're giving me starting me to think that I need to check out my sugar levels. So I've been kind of like trying to do some changes in my life, and I downloaded a oh, a second. Can I do it on here? Let me see. Where's my Kindle? I bought a book, and it's Eat to Beat Type 2 Diabetes, and it's by the Hairy Bikers. And I just bought that today, for my phone, and then I can be able to print out recipes or whatever. I'm really trying my best to stick to my 1900 calorie, I guess, deficit, whatever. And I'm trying not to just to go over. And so I just finished eating for the day, and I still have about maybe like, I guess, 300 calories left. But from the percentages for my macros is that it's I'm eating more protein than I normally should be taking. So because I'm tracking down on MyFitnessPal, and so yeah, I'm like documenting them down, and I even went through ChatGPT, and I got a 7-day diabetes friendly meal plan for 1900 calories. So this is up to 7 days, and they also give you a shopping list, and so yeah, it's I'm kind of like reading over it, to see if trying to make sense of it. I also had put in the shopping list for Monday. It has to be Monday because of the Easter holiday, and it's and all the slots are filled, and I get my food delivered for free. So it's better to get them delivered for free rather than going down to the store and then taking the cab back and everything. That's to me that's kind of like a waste of money. So so my last meal was actually 300 grams of cottage cheese. So I don't feel hungry. I will have a glass of water pretty soon. I'm told that I have to drink a lot of water this weekend, just so that the blood goes through what's left over from the procedure yesterday, and I tell you the experience that I had was awful. Just having that camera shoved up in my penis, it kind of like stretched out the walls, and it was really painful, very stingy, um, and after he finished with the procedure, I had to go to the toilet straight away, and I couldn't go unless I kind of like stand up. I couldn't. I can't pee when I'm laying down on the bed, so I don't know why. I just can't do it, and but I've so that's where he told me after I got dressed and everything, that my diabetes is out of control. So so I have to make some changes. I'm going to start going on the bike again because I had stopped for a while, and I need to do that and also start working out again. And as soon as I get the weight down, I can be able to go on the treadmill. I have a treadmill here, so the treadmill is in the living room, and yeah, so I haven't used that for a while, because of the weight. The weight is 240, and I'm 263. So hopefully, with the MyFitnessPal and going along with this plan, and looking at the Harry Bikers book, for diabetes too, and see if I can really get this under control, and I'm kind of like really worried about it because I don't want anything to happen to me, so I'm just very concerned about it. So I just have to do it, and I've luckily that my uncle saw it, because I was at his house earlier today, and he says, "Well, this book looks good." I says, "Well, I know the Harry Bikers. I used to watch the show," and he says it actually looks good, and I just immediately bought it. And so luckily I could be able to get. I can't get on the main computer, the Kindle. I have it on my phone. I got it on the iPad, and that's it. That's the only two places where I could look at the Kindle. So my next step is to keep on trying to stay my limit and do the exercises. And next Thursday, I have another appointment to the hospital again, and it's not in town. It's in Oma, which will be about which will be about an hour away, and then I have to take a cab to the hospital. So it will only take about 8 minutes or something like that. It's not very long, and for that appointment, I have a scar tissue underneath my the lower belly, and there's a cyst there, and they want to get it removed and analyze it and everything. So, but yeah, it's scary. It's like every time I wear the belt, or I haven't wore a belt for a couple of years now. I've been wearing a lot of the sweatpants, and where I can be able to not have it rubbing against the scar tissue, because if it does, it will form a blood blister and then it'll burst. And it's always the same spot. And I'm just like kind of like, I'm just really annoyed because I have this, and I don't know, I'm just like so tired. I'm drained. Um, I've actually had stopped drinking wine. This is the first night, and because of the scare, and um, I've I can't drink anymore, not for a while yet, until I actually get the diabetes under control. So it's it is a must. I do like wine, and I've been reading up on it through ChatGPT. If you could be able to drink wine, it says yeah, but only so much. And so I mean, like, that has a lot of sugar in it. So and it's crazy because I have been starting to see myself drinking a bottle of wine a night, and that's crazy. And I have to focus. Is what I need to do, and I don't know. I just wish I had support. I mean, like, I have family here and everything, but they don't check up on me. They don't say how you doing, whatever, and they no phone calls or anything. So it's I'm kind of like basically here alone. I have to go to Omar alone, and like I know family has to work and everything, but and I know that I have an uncle that he normally takes me places if he's available, but he's always working as well. So he asked me what date it is, and I said it's Thursday. He looked on the schedule and he couldn't do it. So um, then all my cousins they're also working and everything. So I don't know. It'll probably be a different experience of going on the bus, and because it's been a long time since I've been on a bus before. Well, e- except going over to um, towards Letterkenny. I went to Newton Cunningham, which is about 20 minutes or something like that, and to go, for every weekend to see my friend. And I just told her I can't do this every weekend anymore. I can't do it, and it's just drains the um, my bank account, and because I would normally take the cab out there, but sometimes I would take the bus. So I've so yeah, it's been a while since I'd taken the bus. So but yeah, I just hope that I could be able to do this. Um, I have to focus in the back of my head, like, you got to do this for yourself, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sorry to boring you guys, but I don't know. It's just I never thought that I would have my diabetes would be out of control, and I only had diabetes for I have diabetes now for about 3-4 years now, and I've yeah, I just really need to focus. But anyways, I want to let you guys go. Um, Feel free to comment or whatever. I'm always willing to talk. If you want to talk one on one, message me as well. So that would be cool. At least I don't feel too much alone. So I guess that'll be it. So take care and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Oh, this is the Easter Sunday is tomorrow. So enjoy your Easter, and I will catch you guys soon.